So, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I'm back again having another go at my Powertech, the advanced prototype, which was always my favorite spec for the Powertech. It's been a sort of love-hate thing with the Powertech and me. I got really dissatisfied with the mercenary in 5.0. There was a change to it that I really didn't like, kind of spoiled some of the fun for me, and I play it for fun. So, my Powertech here, who I really hadn't played all that much, I started going back to him because I do love the Mandalorian theme in Star Wars. And I'm thinking, well, what is it that really keeps me from playing my Powertech? I mean, there's really nothing wrong with the class as far as I'm concerned, but there was something about it I never really had fun with, and I just found myself thinking, I'll log on another character. So recently, with the advent of 5.0 and my disenchantment with my mercenary healer, I started thinking, well, what is it that's really keeping me from playing my Powertech? Because I love the animations. Love the attacks. I love retractable blade on the advanced prototype. I mean, I find it a really fun sort of class to play. So what is it? And I found that there's certain things with the Powertech that are mildly annoying or very annoying to me. It's not a weak class. I don't consider it weak by any means. I mean, I'm not getting my ass kicked here, when I play it, it's not like I'm getting beat up and I can't do anything. Not at all. I found that he's very, very, very susceptible, much more so than my other characters, to crowd control. And even here, I found myself breaking my normal rules. Like, normally you want to kill weak to strong, and it makes a lot of sense. They have less health, they die faster, their DPS and their abilities are out of the game. But I very often found it, like particularly these gold Jedi here. Actually, I wanted to show this little video clip. They have a cast ability. They have a lot of cast abilities, and she has one here. All these Jedi here have one that I really dislike, and I want to interrupt. If I'm not focusing on her, if I'm not targeted on her, I can't interrupt it. It's force lift. Pisses me off. So I find that I'm sort of breaking my normal rules, which are kind of standard for MMOs. You want to kill the weak to the strong, and I'm breaking that all the time. But here's the one that really gets me, which is why I'm showing this clip here. Lots of Jedi here. Every melee enemy in this little heroic here has a knockback, and they use them with tremendous enthusiasm, and boy, does it get irritating. I do what I can to negate the effects of their knockbacks. Like, so I'm going to pull this guy to me here. He's ranged, so I'm going to pull him right up to me. He does run up to eventually go melee and, of course, knocks you back. But what I do is I try to get my back to a wall or an object, and I use grapple here to pull him to me. And, I pretty much defeated his knockback, so it's not quite as obnoxious, but this is not always possible. And pretty soon I think you will see that I will probably get tossed around like a rag doll. Let's see what I do here. I'll try the same technique here, so this might be this might be about as good as the other one, not quite so painful. Again, I'm focusing on him so I can stop his project storm. It's not such a bad ability, although it can do a lot of damage, but I like to interrupt it when I can. All these Jedi here kind of, course, knock me around. This is not so bad, like I said, as I'm against this wall. Now, where's the last one here? Retractable blade on him. You want to get retractable blade on your enemies. If you're playing advanced prototype, the idea is really you want to get a retractable blade on him, puts a bleed, then things like magnetic burst and shatter shot, rocket punch. I think flame sweep keeps refreshing that bleed, so you always have the bleed going. That's the idea. And also you get a proc from it where rail shot doesn't cost it. See, now here they go, getting knocked around and knocked around. I mean, it's really not a problem, It doesn't really do any damage, but eventually, when it keeps happening again and again and again, I get really irritated with it. But back to the procs, you will get a proc so that rail shot costs no heat. And also, the big thing with rail shot and retractable blade is that if a rail shot hits a bleeding target, and retractable blade puts a bleed on them, it also vents 5 heat. So if you're going to be doing operations or something, I mean, this is really important. You want to be venting all the heat. You want to use you want to manage your resources well, and that's where you keep your damage at a maximum. I'm going to get knocked all around here, no doubt. I'm sure they're not done with me yet. see. Here, can't believe I haven't been knocked back yet. Maybe they ran out of knockbacks. They did. That's quite surprising. They usually get thrown around here like a rag doll. If you're more like a tennis ball in Beskar Gam than an actual Mandalorian. This really feels far more like a Mandalorian to me than the bounty hunter mercenary. I've always played healer mercenary. Love healers, play all the healers in the game. I am going after the weak ones here. They have an annoying heat beam attack that I like to interrupt. They don't have knockback, so they're not quite so obnoxious here. For my taste, anyway. But they took away flamethrower in 5.0 from the mercenary. Now it had no point. There was no point in using it in a DPS rotation for, you know, for innovative ordnance, for arsenal. So yeah, I mean, I would not go into an operation and run up to a boss and use flamethrower. I know, but it's so Mandalorian. If you're, you know, to me, the bounty hunters are like these Mandalorian shock troopers. That's what these classes, the badge classes, represent to me. And they're supposed to have all these gadgets in their, you know, the Beskar Gam in their armor. They do have some. The flamethrower is a big part of it. Let me see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to pull this guy back so I don't get knocked completely across the room by these two clowns. And what's this? I can't see the target. I cannot see. You got to be kidding! He's right in front of me. Oh, he's in the freaking door, right in front of me in the door. I can't see him. Oh, irritating. All right, now he's out of the door, so I can kind of beating him up and take care of his obnoxious Padawan there. But on my, you know, on my body card, mercenary healer. It was so fun. It was so part of the Mandalorian thing for me to have this flamethrower. And I'd always have enemies running up to me as a healer, and I would, like, you know, knock them back with jet boosts. They get up, they start running at me again, and I light them up with a flamethrower. And if you ever watch the movies, and I mean, look at Clone Wars. Clone Wars are the Mandos using flamethrower in there. Jango Fett had a flamethrower. There's a really cool fanfic of Star Wars. It was Boba Fett hunting down Jedi for Darth Vader. Very well made fanfic. Uses a flamethrower there. So there are rare instances only where I don't feel a flamethrower is part of the Mandalorian mystique. I love that. So I just get bored at that. I mean, the mercenary is as strong as it was before. It doesn't hurt the mercenary not to have flamethrower, but it kills the fun for me. So I'm thinking more and more about this, my Powertech. So I'm really trying to like it more than I currently do, and all it is a matter of me getting over this irritation with being tossed around like a rag doll on this character, much more so than my other ones. I'll do the same thing again, pull this range guy to me, make the melee guys run up to me. Now let's see how badly I get knocked around. Not too bad. This wall behind me is kind of serving its purpose. Love retractable blade, God. I wish you could do it more. Really, you're only supposed to do it once in a rotation and just keep up the bleed. But Jesus, I love it so much. If I could, I would use it every other frickin' attack, I think. So much fun. So now we're going to beat up this champion Jedi here, who thankfully doesn't have all these obnoxious knockbacks. So I actually don't mind her nearly as much. And it's kind of fun that, you know, the Mandalorian is supposed to be specialists in fighting Force users and real Jedi killers. So it's really fun to fight Jedi on my bounty hunters. Kite her until Rocket Punch comes off cooldown, and then bash her with that. Kite her while I can, why not? Wait till Rocket Punch comes off cooldown each time before I use it. And she's almost done here. But that's about it. And actually, I have been on quite a Mandalorian kick now, and I think I will do another video. I did one on how to get your character to look very Mandalorian, and I recently did this with some other characters, and it's kind of interesting little thing. It might be of interest to people who really want more Mandalorian in the Old Republic. So I'll end this here, and I think I'll get working on my next video.